And then we can go in. Alright, cool. Alright, let's actually do this. Okay. So they have no defensive stats, no weaknesses. So it looks like, well, definitely Twisted Bow's not going to be good against them because 40 magic. So I guess Whip is probably going to be the way to go. Alright, seems good. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so about 30 minutes in, and apparently I just got an Onyx Bolt Tips drop. I don't know how rare that is, but you know, if I only got one after 30 minutes. Also, it's super crowded here, but it's probably a fairly rare drop. I didn't know these things were actually going to drop Onyx Bolt Tips, but that's not bad, I guess. Alright, so I can confirm that these things do drop other items. People in my stream have been telling me, but our first item is an obby cape. About 40 minutes in, it's actually a pretty good start. I can actually see these things crashing today. I don't know, I examined it because I thought I was on fucking OS Buddy, and I'm not, because OS Buddy's not up yet. But there we go, first item, obby cape. Alright, so, don't know if I'm going to be doing this for the entire 12 hours like I originally thought I was. But there we go, our second drop is another Obsidian Cape. So, I mean, I'm fine with that. Obsidian Capes are always very much accepted. I think what I might end up doing is just doing several different loot videos, like loot from these, loot from the fishing, loot from the thieving. Not entirely sure yet. If I do, it'll probably just be a sequence of a bunch of shorter loot videos rather than just 12 hours of doing one thing. It has been 3 hours. I decided, I probably mentioned this in the last clip, but I decided I'm not actually going to go for 12 hours, only for 3, because these things are fairly boring with their drops. They don't have a whole lot going on. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to head over to the weapon shop and explain to you guys a few things about how this armor is actually going to affect the game, in my opinion. Other than the fact that I'm an idiot and was running like the completely wrong direction to get to the armor shop, I'm going to show you guys why this armor is so cheap already, in case you guys weren't aware. You can actually buy it from the shop. So right here you can see all the new Obsidian armor. It actually does look pretty nice in my opinion, but in total it costs a little bit more than 3 million Tokel. Tokel is really easily obtainable by just selling Chaos Runes to the shop, and then if you have the Karamja diaries done as well, this is going to be even cheaper. I think it's 15% cheaper or something along those lines. So that's a pretty big deal. I mean, these things are going to be cheap for that reason. They're always going to be at this price, and that's why these new things probably aren't worth doing, even if you get an Obsidian armor piece. As you guys can see by the loot that I have, I mean, there's a couple more gems and things in the bank, but all in all, these are definitely not worth doing. So I'm going to save you guys the time and just tell you that right now. One thing I didn't actually mention, in order to get in here, you don't need to give up a fire cape, but you have to show a fire cape to one of the NPCs. So this instance, this area is locked by the necessity of having a fire cape. And also, the money you make per hour is roughly 300 or 400k. I didn't really mention that, but it's really shitty. However, I did just pick up a random cape that someone left on the ground, like a random obby cape, obby, however you want to say it, on the ground that someone just left there. So, I mean, if you guys are lucky, I guess that'll happen too. However, the stats on these items, I'm going to put them on the screen. They actually do kind of make a pretty big difference in the game, at least in my opinion, because even though they are lesser stats than Bandos, like I said, they're obtainable through a shop, and this is something that any player can do. Even an Iron Man can do this at level 60 defense and have no problem with it. And they have the legs have a strength bonus, which is kind of cool. The chest is a good alternative for a torso as well, for those people who don't want to waste their time doing BA or who don't have a BCP or can't afford a BCP. This is actually a really good alternative armor set, and it's substantially cheaper, which is why I think that Bandos is actually going to be decreasing in price a decent bit, because a lot of people are probably going to use this as a decent Slayer gear alternative. Bandos is still better. I'm not saying that it's not. It has much higher defensive stats, prayer bonus, everything. Strength bonus is also slightly higher on Bandos, but this is a very good alternative to Bandos, so for those of you guys who are looking for something like that, mid-level players, maybe you don't have a big bank, buy this armor instead. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm probably going to be coming out with another one later today, testing out the thieving and fishing for an hour each. So I will try my best to get that out as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.